María Trigo. Maria, could you explain us, like in short, like what is your project about?
Well, my project, the title of the project is Remote Operation of Robots via Mobile Devices to Help People with Intellectual Disabilities. So, before doing this project, I was helping another of the opponents, Jessica Roscoe, with the use of the robot in the Oakfield School of Nottingham, a school for people with special educational needs. And I saw that there were many problems for the teachers when they wanted to use the robot, because teachers, they don't know how to program, how to use specific programs to control a robot. And I decided that it could be easier for them if there were an application for mobile devices, such as tablet PCs running Android or iPads, to control the robot in an easy way, an intuitive way. So the main objective was to build an application that enables them to use the robot, and then to demonstrate how it works by using the Now robot, a humanoid robot that's 57 centimeters tall and has a human-like appearance, toy-like appearance. So that was the main.
Yeah, how do you see the future of education, like in regards of this robotics?
Well, it depends a lot on the country in which you are, because for instance, here in UK, you have specific schools for people with special educational needs, but in Spain, some other countries, they are in mainstream schools, so it's kind of difficult to integrate this technology in the classroom if you have also like traditional students without disabilities and students with disabilities. But here in schools, for people with disabilities or special educational needs, well, we need to make these technologies more affordable, because for instance this robot is quite expensive and the school would have to buy a robot for their own, and it can be a problem for some schools. But we can also do the same as we've done for some other robots that are cheaper, and we've seen that the engagement of the students using the robot, if we compare with the traditional methods, is higher. So it can help them to feel more integrated, because they can use mainstream technologies. They don't feel like, oh, I have to use a device that is not cool, I don't like it, because sometimes they use devices that are not actually cool, they're so I don't know, I think it can have a future, but right now it's expensive.
So you mentioned like these robotics are rather expensive. Do you think like maybe in the near future it will be possible also like to have like a home devices like for the people with disabilities to have them at home?
So, because some years ago these kind of robots were just for the people who manufactured them, because they were really, really, really expensive. Right now they're expensive, but they're more affordable. We have two, because it's not that expensive as it was some years ago. So with time they will become less expensive and more accessible for schools, for people. For instance, if I have a child with a disability and I want to buy one to use it at my home, I think with time this could be possible. But right now, this technology is quite expensive.
Thank you. And regarding the ITAG conference, like, what did you find interesting today?
Well, I find really interesting from this conference the thing that we are talking about how technology can help everybody, not only can entertain us, because many people see technology, mainstream technology, as a way of entertainment, not as a tool that can be used to help people like at home, or people to feel more integrated, as we've seen in one of the presentations. People who couldn't play video games before that can play video games thanks to some switches or some technologies that were adapted to them. And I think this is really, really cool. And I think that would have to, I think more people has to try to do this kind of things, because a lot of people from my field, from computer science field, they don't focus on these kind of areas. They prefer to focus on some other areas, not like adaptive technologies and how to use technologies in ways that can help people. You know, I think this is the most interesting part of the conference. That's always how to use technologies to help people, not only to entertain.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. That was María Trigo on the topic Robotics in Education, the ITAG conference 2014.